Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got a Banks beer. So Banks are out of Seaford in Victoria, just sort of southeast of Melbourne. One of my favourite breweries. I bloody love them. Yeah, hence the beanie and the proper glassware. So yeah, this is one of my favourite glasses. Pretty cool. So it is a West Coast IPA called Pine Haven, which excites me because I'm a piney boy. I love West Coast with huge pine. And yeah, simple but very effective can artwork. I love that. So yeah, 6.5%, 500 ml tinny. I'll read what it says on the back. Piney West Coast IPA with a medium malt balance and a dominant pine-driven hop profile, thanks to some epic Pacific Northwest hops in Simcoe, Azaka, and Idaho 7. It's pretty cool. So yeah, let's get into it. It looks like something that like a kid would have drawn. But I love it. It's awesome. Cheers again, Phil. Good to see you, brother. And cheers, Craig. How are you, dude? Yeah, it's the sort of thing like just sitting on the shelf, especially if you're like a West Coast lover. You'd see that and just be like, boom, that is coming home with me. Let's get into it. So, yeah, that last beer I had was good. Good take on Pilsner Urquell. Good old Steve Urkel. And yeah, now I thought we'll finish the night with the Westie. So yeah, both these beers I've been looking forward to. They've been sitting in the fridge for a while. Just trying to get through some beers this week before I go away. Bit of dirty glassware. Cheers, Craig. So it looks more like a modern as far as the colour goes. Maybe a slight touch of caramel malt. We'll soon see. But I would say chill haze, medium body, very lively carbonation. Colour is sort of in between like a straw and an orange. So it's, I don't know, maybe like a light orange. It does look darker in the camera. Yeah, let's go a whiff. One is a four-letter word starting with C. Smells really juicy. Juicy Lucy, baby. So yeah, I'm getting like peach and apricot, stone fruit, some orange. Pine's definitely there, and like piney and grassy. The more I smell it, you're sort of getting like that real foresty smell. I'm sort of getting like a mint vibe, like spearmint. Like it's, yeah, sort of herbal. Smells good. And it's like that jammy citrus. I got a feeling it's going to be tasty. Yeah, slightly sort of perfumey as well, just on aroma. Floral. Quite complex on the nose, which is good. Bit of a shame it's got Idaho 7 in it, but it could be a winner. Always a huge fan of Simcoe. Now I have found Idaho 7 I don't mind in Westies, especially if it's sort of just like a backup hop. I just don't like that bloody tea quality you get when you have it in hazies and like tastes like soil, like wet dirt and black tea. Okay, let's get into it. So the second beer of two for the night before I hit the pillow. Looking forward to bed actually. I've been up since bloody 2:30. Cheers, boys and girls. It looks like a hazy in the camera there. Ooh, that's quite bitter. It's definitely got that jammy marmalade quality. Stone fruit and citrus. Apricot is quite prominent. Yeah, the pine's huge. You get a real woodsy vibe to it. It's not so much sort of not as much of like a resinous pine. It's like more dry, sharp. And quite often when that's the case, I sort of get like a more, I don't know, sort of like a woodsy, sort of cedary note. Fairly earthy as well. So yeah, it's got some sweetness up front, but then very dry and bitter on the finish. And I'm sipping it like I'm gonna smash the whole can down in about 2 minutes. Woo! Sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, boy. Epic amounts of pine. There's actually some pineapple as well. I'd be getting that from the old I7. Ooh. How cool's the can artwork, Paul? Could you imagine one of your kids, like growing up, they brought one of their pictures home from school that they drew, and they're like, "Oh, this is where we live in the forest." Yeah, it's rad. Simple but effective. Great beer. Fucking awesome. Sort of got like a mixture of like, yeah, sort of fruity hop notes, but it's got like huge pine. And yeah, as I said, more of like a dry, sharp pine, woody character. The bitterness is awesome. Like it would be pretty high in IBU, I reckon. I want a double version of this. Woo. So that's what I mean. Idaho 7. Not a fan of it in hazies, but in a Westie with some Simcoe. Ooh. I don't know too much about a Zaka. But yeah, I'm definitely getting a lot of stone fruit in this beer. And it's just very drinkable, very quaffable. Just sliding down. Nah, all good, Phil. We're all mates looking out for each other, dude. So don't ever feel like you can't vent or confide in anyone or anything like that. That's what this is. That's what this stuff's for. It's part of the reason why I get on here at times just to talk to people because I live alone and yeah, you can get pretty lonely. Hopefully, it all works out for you, dude. Cheers, dude. Oh yeah. How many days of work you got left? I could imagine it wouldn't be many. I booked my. I've got everything set now for Sydney. The only shit thing is, I just couldn't get a flight that suited me to leave at the time I wanted to on Sunday morning. So I'm leaving very early Sunday morning now from Tullamarine instead of Avalon, which means I now have to go down Friday night, Saturday night, which is a pain in the ass. The flights ended up cheaper for me, which is good in a way, and I'm going to get the whole day now in Sydney. But yeah, it means another night away from the dogs and having to fucking sit around in the airport for hours. But it just had to be done. It was the only way it was going to work. The flight I was looking at, it was just too much risk involved if public transport held me up or a taxi or Uber or whatever. I just would have ended up pushing it for time. But yeah, I'm staying. I've seen where your hotel is. It's probably, it wouldn't be far from where mine is. Mine's sort of right in the heart of Sydney near the central station. I'm sort of in the middle of Chinatown and Thai Town. And I was talking to some people today at work and they said it's a pretty cool area where I'm staying. So I've already been looking up the breweries and how easy it is to get there. And I can't wait. Yeah. 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 So with me, I'm only away for 3 nights, but they've got they've got a I've got a heap of buckets of water, so they're never going to run out of water, and they've got what bones, shitloads of marrow bones, so they're going to be right. It's just yeah, it just sucks. I don't like leaving them for that long, sort of by themselves. Back in the day, I would have just put them in the kennel, but yeah, it's like where the kennel's situated and the cost and that. It's just like I just really can't be fucked. I have to drive in a complete opposite direction to take him to the kennel, and then yeah, it just ends up costing it just adds more expense to a holiday where I'm already spending enough money. So they'll be right. They got plenty of shit to keep them going. It's just annoying. I had to go down to Melbourne the night before I wanted to. Yeah, I don't have any like family or sort of like mates that could sort of look after them. So yeah, it sort of makes it hard. It is a lot easier though when you have two because they're sort of looking after each other. It's just when you leave the one dog by itself, I think it's pretty bad for them mentally as well. Yeah, the kennel that I take mine to normally, the lady there is really good, but it's just the cost. Like, if you've got one dog, it's bad enough, but if you got two dogs, you end up paying the fucking same amount as what you do to stay somewhere for accommodation. It's just like it's not worth it. So I just think as long as they've got warmth, they got like shelter, they've got stuff to eat and drink, and they got like somewhere to sort of at least move around a bit and go to the toilet and all that, I think they're going to be fine. You just don't want people like the thing that makes it worse is if someone all of a sudden turns up to your house and they're not meant to be there and like to sort of unsettle them, stuff like that. That's when it's annoying. Like I've got gardeners that have come round and they're meant to like ring me first and they'll just fucking turn up and start opening gates and all this shit. And it's like you're meant to fucking come through me first. Don't just turn up willy nilly. Yeah. I mean, recently I went away for nearly as long as I'm going to Sydney for, and yeah, they were fine. Like they just look they always look sort of annoyed because I've gone away and left them, but they get over it after a while. The end of the day, they live a good life. If I could live that life, I'd be very happy. Just chilling, sleeping, bathing in the sun, not having to work, going on strolls. Cheers, Lee. Long time no see. Hope you're well, mate. Working on a new project. Cool. This beer is just getting more and more bitter. It's awesome. Hopefully, they have this when we go to Banks, Adam. It is a real delight. So yeah, so far I've got about probably half a dozen breweries I'm going to visit in Sydney. I would like to go to the Mountain Culture Wildflower joint venture, mainly for wildflower because I obviously drink all the Mountain Culture stuff anyway, so nothing new to me there. I mean, it's cool though that they share a space together. Um, I'm going to go to Bracket because Bracket are one of my favourite breweries, and now they got a new venue. I want to go to Future and Kicks because they're both relatively new breweries with some hype, and I haven't been to them before. Um, and yeah, I want to do White Bay, which was I just did a Czech Pilsner from them prior to this. Out of the out of those 5 breweries, 4 of them are in the same area, so I should be able to cover them easily in like an afternoon. Yeah. You mean like with the brewery, like brewery tours sort of thing? You can actually get like organised tours where they take you around to that area because it's very popular just because they're all within a sort of suburb or two. But yeah, normally normally when it comes to a tour, you only go to the ones that the tours sort of organise, and they'll have set drinks that you have, and I'd rather just do it all myself. So yeah, I'll just pick out the ones I want to do and pretty much get a bus or a train to that exact area, and I'll normally just walk them. If they're a little bit further than I want to walk, I'll just get like an Uber. But I'm pretty sure they're all relatively close. White Bay's in a completely different area, so I'll just do that by itself. Maybe when I do White Bay, I'll try and find some good eatery in that area or something. Cool. Yeah. Cheers, Cosmic. Good to see you. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, as they say. This West Coast, the more I'm drinking it, I'm getting some dankness. Sort of more of a like a sharper, drier pine, but yeah, I'm getting that sort of Simcoe cat piss. That's funny. That's gold. Probably enjoys it, but then just is like, fuck this, it's too much. It's like I just want to go for a kilometre, not 10 kilometres. Just let me rest. I can still taste that steak and eggs that I had for dinner. Delightful. Hopefully, I sleep well tonight. Good beer. Damn good beer. Very happy with tonight's 2 beers. So, how was everyone's weekend? Mine went way too fast. When you work till late on a Friday night, pretty much nearly going into your Saturday, and then you have to start at 4 o'clock Monday morning, it sort of makes for a very quick weekend. I've got the Friday off too. It's been confirmed, Adam. The Friday before the weekend you're in Melbourne, so I should be able to go down the night before. Because I was worried I'd have to work, and I'd be fucking working till like 1 a.m, and then it'd eat into my Saturday, and but no, it's all good. Next week we have a public holiday on the Monday, so I'll still be in Sydney. Tuesday and Wednesday I've taken off work. I'll be coming home Tuesday night. And then I've got the Friday off because of wanting to be in Melbourne. But the Thursday I've used up a lot of leave this year. And I only had enough leave for 3 days out of the 4. So I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I might have to go back to work just for the Thursday and then be off again. I did say to him, though, if possible, can I please just take it off without pay? Just so at least then it's like I've got the full week off. It'd be annoying as fuck just going in for 1 day in the middle of the week. I just don't want to. I've got long service leave now, and I just don't want to tap into that. I want to keep that. I always want that just left there. So then, when I decide to sort of move on, I'd rather just get paid out. Unless I got really desperate and needed to use it. But yeah. So my flight is 6 a.m. from the main airport in Melbourne. So I'll get to Sydney at like, I don't know, 7:30 a.m. or some shit. And then that day I'm going to do all the breweries in the inner west. Then on the Monday that's the night of the concerts on the Monday night. I might do just sort of more city stuff and be a bit more relaxed. And then Tuesday, I think my flight's sort of mid-afternoon. Apparently, the train station about 500 meters from where I'm staying, if you go there and go straight to the airport, it's only about a 20-minute train journey, so that'll be good. Be nice and easy. And I've just gone through Jetstar as well. But I might even end up checking out like places like Bitterfew and that as well. Some of the people I've met on here that live in Sydney, I might be able to catch up with. Happy Raging Matt that pops up every now and then, or even Joe, Giuseppe. So there's a couple of people that I might be able to share a beer with in the inner west. Looking forward to it. It's sort of just come out of nowhere. It's like I just really wanted to go to this gig, and then all of a sudden I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to make a couple of days out of it and do the breweries while I'm there. May as well make the most of it. My aim tonight was to get to bed before 10 o'clock. It's now 9:30, so I'm coasting. Yeah. I think like I've always just been that type of person, always on the go. I mean, it does make it easier when you're by yourself. You're not having to rely on anyone else. I think that's part of the reason why when I'm in a relationship, it's like I probably just drive the other person nuts. No, quite often when I'm in relationships, it's like when I go to like travel destinations and that, I'm one of those people that just wants to do as much as possible, and yeah, and the other person might just want to chill out and relax, and that's just not me. It's like you only live once, so I want to sort of make the most of it. I'm really passionate. Like if there's certain stuff I'm passionate about, it's like I'm one of those people I just get real deep, like delve right in if I'm passionate about something. That's why like I get real obsessed with like yeah, like beer stuff or music stuff or even like sports. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's another thing with me. Like, unfortunately, we've got sort of dramas in our family, and I'm not close with my family. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, just, I don't know. I've sort of just got myself to worry about. So, when it comes to things like Christmas and Easter and that hanging out with family, I don't have that beauty. So then I try and yeah, find other things to do to take my mind off it. Christmas is always pretty shit for me. This is one of those beers. It's like I wish there was more. Like I wish I had like a 4 pack. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that get deep into craft beer, they just have that type of personality where it's like you get real obsessed with stuff. I can tell you're the same because you're like that with your like your bird stuff and even your music and that. When I've heard you getting into songs and that, you're like me, you're real passionate and like it's like you get real hooked and you're like, oh, this part here coming up, it's like exactly what I'm like. It must drive other people nuts. Like I'll go to parties, I'll be listening to some sort of music and I'll be like, oh, I just fucking love when this bass part comes up here and he slaps it and then this huge solo. Everyone's just like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. No, that's good. I'm 42, dude. A lot of people don't think they don't believe me when I say that, but yeah, 42. I could easily crush another beer. Yeah. I really want to know the IBUs of this beer. The bitterness is like really good level. But yeah, for like a score for this beer, I'd probably go. It's like a really good Westie. I sort of wish it had more of like that sort of sticky toffee backbone. Pardon me, and like generally, I'd lean more towards like your pithy grapefruit, probably more of like a sweet orange and that. As I said, this one's a bit more like sort of stone fruit heavy. But like, yeah, the pine, the green sort of elements of it are really, really good. So I'd probably go, I'd probably still say a 4.5, to be honest. Quite happy with it. Aussie, the West Coast in Australia, I think are really, really good. I think it's a style that, yeah, just, I don't know, we seem to do pretty well down here. And it's the same in New Zealand. It must be just something about the conditions and the ingredients and like the water quality and yeah, I just think we do Westies very, very well. And they're quite popular at the moment too. Like anything very bitter at the moment is like in the Aussie craft scene's quite popular. Like it's amazing we're still getting a lot of black IPAs at the moment, whereas most other countries there's probably fuck all. Can't see the iBus listed anywhere. Do you mean are you referring to like the airport shuttle buses? Is that what you're referring to? Oh, IBU. Yep. Sorry. Just when I said when I thought it was iBus, I thought you were talking about like the bus, Sky Bus or something. Yeah, I get you now. Yeah, they don't often. I don't know. It's a thing in Australia you don't see very often. You'll see this sort of shit, like your all these sort of like standard drinks and 10 cents recycle and all that sort of stuff. But quite often, even on Untapped, a lot of Aussie beers won't have the IBU on there. When I had this, obviously this is a Banks beanie. Someone comes up to me at work and goes, "Oh, go the Packers." I'm like, "It's not a fucking Green Bay Packers beanie, you gimp." I barrack for the Vikings. The Vikes are like the Packers' enemies. Yeah, that's quality. So yeah, I think I've got a package arriving tomorrow from one of the bottle shops in Melbourne, and that's got the latest 3 Banks beers. I'll look up what they are. One of them, I think one of them's a collab with Humble Sea out of America. I remember it being a pretty good, like 3 beers. Yeah, so you've got it's a Banks birthday beer drop. So you're gonna get 3 rad beers for that. So they had a West Coast IPA with Humble Sea, and that was Mosaic, Mosaic Dynaboost, Simcoe, and Nectaron. And then you had One Shake Imperial Pastry Stout, 11.5%. That was a collab with One Drop and a coffee tequila company. There you go. So it says it's a full-bodied dessert in a glass stout loaded with coffee, cacao, vanilla, and a rich tequila twist. Big, bold, boozy, sip slow. And then the other one was Motueka Feels. So the Feels series, it's like those ones there on the one with the clouds. So this one, they have a series called Feels, and it's just like a single hop. They're always like a really nice, like vibrant sort of oat cream IPA. And yeah, the original was Citra Feels. It was fucking phenomenal. Sort of a bit similar to like Daydreaming of Citra and that sort of thing by Other Half. But yeah, I feel like the Motueka one would be awesome because you'd get that huge sort of citrus and like lemon and lime would be really nice. So yeah, those 3 beers will arrive tomorrow. I can't remember. I think I only got 1 can of each because I knew that I'd be going to Banks soon anyway. So yeah, but yeah, like got quite a few other beers in that package. It was just a mixture of a few different breweries. But yeah, I better wrap this up and get ready to hit the hay. I'm quite tired and was hoping to get to bed in the next sort of 15 minutes. So thanks for joining us, peeps. Always good to talk shit with some fellow beer lovers, even people that aren't into beer. But yeah, I'll be back whether it's early tomorrow, Arvo, or sort of similar time to now. Maybe even both, but I dare say to be more than likely around this time tomorrow night. I'll do another beer review or two, and I'll probably have one or two each day this week. So yeah, 2 good beers tonight: a Czech Pilsner and a West Coast. 2 favourite breweries, so quite pleasant. Yeah, as I said, 4.5. I rate that. It's very, very solid. So yeah, it's called Pine Haven West Coast IPA, 6.5% by the delightful Banks Brewing out of Seaford. So yeah, we'll see you again soon. Cheers.